a brand new Wakanda Forever trailer, Andor episode 5, and the penultimate episode of She-Hulk. We're talking all that and more on this week's show. I'm your host, Nick.
I'm Anthony.
And welcome to That Superhero Thing.
Let's do it.
I've had my Matt Murdock episode art ready for weeks. And I've finally
remember you
got
saying,
to
like 3
use
weeks
it.
ago, you were like, when am I going to get to use this? It's pissing me off now.
When we got all the trailers and stuff for this, I was like, I bet he's not Matt Murdock at any point in this episode and he's just Daredevil and I won't be able to use it.
I told you we'd see him as both and she wouldn't know that it's the same person straight away.
Yeah, you did.
But
You
then
were right.
But honestly,
Happens
right,
sometimes.
one thing that's annoyed me on here, and
Go on.
we don't have to go into the episode with it. He's done 3 seasons without people finding out who he is and just ripping off his mask during a fight, and then she does it first time.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, but she's a Hulk, she's strong.
rookie.
It's not the same Daredevil.
Rookie.
It's not the same Daredevil. Anyway, we'll get to Daredevil.
Yeah.
There's literally loads to talk about in this week's show. So we've got a rundown of all the week's biggest comic book movie news. We're talking about Armor Wars, Blade, recasting of Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah.
We've got trailers. So we've got the Wakanda Forever trailer. We've got the Super Mario Brothers trailer. Can I just say, right, we've not seen this yet because it's not out for another half an hour. So we're going to record, then watch it, and then insert it into the podcast.
Yeah.
Through the magic of editing. You won't even know. I mean, you will because we told you, but you won't even know. Shit. Anyway, we're also
Use your imagination.
we're also doing She-Hulk and Andor reviews, and then finally we're going to be listening to your thoughts and theories at the end of the show in Pod Fans Assemble. We've got timestamps in the description for you as well, as always, so if you want to skip ahead to the reviews or the Pod Fans Assemble, you can check that out as well. Don't forget, if you enjoy the show, please make sure to follow us on your favourite podcast platform and leave us a rating or review. The more subs and reviews we get, the higher we rank in the podcast charts, and the more people will get to find the show. A couple of little bits before we do news. We opened the Discord last week. It's only been a week.
Wow.
Didn't we have an amazing response to that?
Yeah,
though?
yes,
So
we did.
many more people who've got on the Discord than I thought would. So,
Yeah.
if you want to join, there's a link in the description. It's completely free. Hit the link, get in there. You can talk to us and you can talk to the other listeners as well. Plus, another bit of news. From now on, if you want to listen to the Podverse episodes, but you don't want to sign up for all the other Patreon benefits, then you can actually subscribe through our host Anchor, and there's another link in the description for that as well. You'll be able to listen to it on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to the show, and that's just $2.99 a month if you want to do it that way. And most importantly, you'll be supporting the show as well.
Yep.
And to celebrate, because it's another way of listening to Into the Podverse, we've got 2 Into the Podverse episodes this month.
We have.
So we've got Werewolf by Night. We're going to make that a Podverse episode on Sunday or Monday.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll let you know. And then, as you already know, we're doing New Mutants as a bad movie review later on in the month. I started watching that this week. I had to turn it off halfway through. I'm going to finish it, but I just didn't have the energy to do it in one go. I've already seen it once and it was a struggle. That's spoilers for the episode. Should we do news then?
Yeah.
Sound. So, first bit of news. Armor Wars is now a movie
Yes.
rather than a TV series. So, as usual, we missed this by about 10 minutes after the recording.
Oh, I know.
Last week. Every time we do the recording, we get off and then there's some huge news happened. So, huge news. It's been developed as a movie rather than a Disney Plus series. The Hollywood Reporter is saying that Marvel are committed to getting the story told the right way, and in that process realised that a feature was better suited for the project.
Good.
So Don Cheadle is still on board. Writer Yasir Lester is still on board, but it's almost certainly going to leave us with a bit of a delay. So it's not going to be sort of starting from scratch, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not going to be whenever we thought it was going to happen. Although I don't think we'd had a confirmed date.
I don't think we had.
Anyway, good news, bad news, what are you thinking?
I'm good with it.
I am as well.
That decision will not have been made lightly.
No.
So for me, that shows that they're happy to throw their hands up and go, we need to change what we're doing to make this right.
Do you think
And
it's
I'm fine
because
with
of
that.
the feedback that they've been getting from a lot of the shows that they've been a bit longer
I think
drawn
so.
out?
I reckon so.
It's really not a bad thing in my opinion. I think it's a good way of doing it. Unless you've got a story which is like you can easily not drag out, it's not the right word, but is sort of naturally going to take up 6 hours.
Yeah.
Because some of the series have, like Loki,
Yeah.
WandaVision, they did it. But other things like Ms. Marvel, I enjoyed Ms. Marvel in the end, but I do feel like it was a little bit dragged out. Even She-Hulk, as much as I am enjoying it, they could have shortened this series a little bit.
Definitely.
It could have been a 2.5 hour movie, to be perfectly honest. They could have made this a lot easier. But yeah, I think it's a good sign. And hopefully, because it's going to be a movie, you might get some bigger names in it. You might get like, what's his name? Sam Rockwell, back as Justin Hammer.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing if we can get him back.
Yeah, definitely.
The fact that that's gone from a series as well to a movie sort of leads us on to the next bit of news. So we know that Marvel are releasing Werewolf by Night today when you're listening to this. It's Thursday night now, but you'll be listening to this on Friday. And it's coming out as a special presentation. So it's not a series. It's not a movie. Instead, it's like a 45-minute-ish introduction to a character.
Yeah.
That's all it is, isn't it? It's going to introduce us to... We know it's going to introduce us to the werewolf and obviously Man-Thing as well from the trailers.
Yeah.
But that's all it is. So according to Cosmic Circus, Marvel are planning more of these in the future, and they might even be shifting some of their already planned series to that format going forward. So they're citing the Black Panther spin-off and the Shang-Chi spin-offs as potentials, but other people are also talking about the Nova series and the Wonder Man series as potentially being that as well. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because some things... We need the intros to the characters. We don't need them before we put them in movies, but it helps because it makes the movies run a lot smoother.
Yeah, definitely.
But we don't need 9 40-minute episodes for every character.
No,
we could do
not necessarily.
Some characters are okay. Ms. Marvel, I know it sounds like I'm shitting on Ms. Marvel here. That would have been okay as a 45. Even, do you know what? Even a TV movie, even an hour and a half, straight to Disney Plus movie. Yeah. That would have been all right as well. But I think that's a good thing. You all right with that? Rather than like just shifting the series to theatrical release movies, are you okay with them if they make them just like 1 hour long episode?
I'm good with that.
Yeah, it's a good show, I think.
Yeah.
We'll see if it actually ends up troopers.
Or even a 2-parter.
Yeah.
Even having it as a 2-parter, you get
45 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd
be sound with that. That's
all these things need. But it's not that they want to drag it out, but at the end of the day, Disney are... It's a business. They see Marvel as a bit of a money train, clearly, and it's like, look, if we can get people subscribing to Disney Plus for 9 weeks while we put out 9 weeks worth of She-Hulk, for instance, they're going to want to drag it out as long as possible, aren't they? But yeah, we'll see what happens. Next bit of news, really, really random. Not sure if it's true. Harrison Ford might be the new General Ross in the MCU.
Yeah, I saw this week as well.
You seen this?
Yeah.
So Scooper Jeff Snyder is reporting that after the death of William Hurt, Marvel is going to recast him. I mean, I'm not sure how I feel about him being recast anyway. Yeah. They're doing it for the Thunderbolts movie because obviously Thunderbolts, the team, are named after Thaddeus Ross because his name's Thunderbolt Ross. So according to Snyder, the deal's actually done completely and it was due to be announced at D23, but Kathleen Kennedy from Lucasfilm basically put the brakes on it because she didn't want it to overshadow the Indiana Jones 5 announcements because they were already having all that.
Yeah,
so she didn't want to take away from that. Questions then? Do you believe it? Harrison Ford in the MCU as Thaddeus Ross.
I mean, if he's playing a grumpy git, probably.
I know, but
I can see it.
I can't see
but
Harrison
at the same
Ford
time,
doing it.
I feel like Harrison Ford's just a bit sick of Disney.
He hates Star Wars, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But that's Star Wars. Does he just hate it because it's Star Wars? It's like people are obsessed with it. But will he then want to move on to another character?
Where people will become obsessed with them all over
exactly.
again. Yeah.
Particularly if you're going to bring Ross back into the MCU again, surely you're going to have to go down the Red Hulk route.
Yeah.
And can you see Harrison Ford as Red Hulk?
No. Not particularly, no.
Neither can I.
I'm not going to lie.
Neither can I. So another question is, do you think we should actually be recasting General Ross? Or should we just let him... Like they have with... Obviously, they've not recast T'Challa. Different, I get that. But do we recast him now that William Hurt's died? Or do we just sort of change the story so that maybe the Thunderbolts have been done in... Not in memory of him, but it was his idea and he started it, so that's why they've called it the Thunderbolts.
Maybe if they started with, like, it being his death, like Betty Ross at his funeral or something like that, and we find out that it's because he's been doing this work and he's accidentally poisoned himself in some way with a serum.
Testing the serum,
Yeah. And then so it gets carried on with hair or something like... Because I know she becomes...
Well, she was Red She-Hulk, yeah. I don't know I think she was bad. I think she got like brainwashed by the leader or something. But yeah.
But it could go down that route, you know what I mean? There's always a way to tell a story differently.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and they change it up loads anyway, don't they, with the MCU?
Yeah.
So yeah, it would.
But
at the same
time, like in the comics and stuff like that, he's one of the favourite baddies, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a bit,
for Hulk. So
massive character, General Ross.
The other thing they're thinking is that then shuts that down.
Yeah,
for good.
It's an opportunity that they haven't had to explore this character. I know, obviously, we've seen him a couple of times in the MCU, but other than
he didn't really
Hulk,
get his moment.
No, it was just like they were just using him for story progression,
Yeah.
and he didn't really get a good go. I even completely forgot he was even in Black Widow.
Yeah.
But that seemed like it was pushing him towards Red Hulk, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because he was ill, and they wouldn't have made a point of him being ill just because William Hurt was ill. We'll go into She-Hulk. What would your reaction be if Harrison Ford was in the She-Hulk finale as Red Hulk? Best thing ever.
I'd literally just go, am I in the fucking Twilight Zone?
It'd be so good though.
What
At the
has
same time.
happened here?
Just pure shock, but amazing at the same time. Yeah, but we'll see. You never know. If it was due to be announced at D23, we should be getting confirmation of it pretty soon.
Could you?
We could actually get it.
Smash.
We could actually get it. We could actually get him pop up in She-Hulk. I doubt it, but it could happen. Sticking with Marvel then. This sounds like DC news, but I promise it's Marvel. So, the Blade reboot is apparently in a bit of a mess. Loads of things have happened with this week, or the last 2 weeks. So, firstly, director Bassem Tariq has exited the project weeks before it was due to start filming. So, it was due to start, cameras were due to start rolling in November.
Yeah.
So, it's literally weeks away it's supposed to be happening. It's probably not going to happen now.
Yeah.
Because he's
too
left.
close.
So there's a number of trades saying that filming has been pushed back to January, but at the same time, the director Tarek has blamed constant scheduling changes for a decision to leave the project. So you got to wonder which came first. Did they move it back to January again, and that's why he's left, or is it? Has it been moved back to January because he left, basically?
Yeah.
Could be either way. There's more problems, though. So the director are reporting that the script has been completely overhauled by Moon Knight and X-Men 97 writer Beau DeMayo after the original script was slated for only being 90 pages long and only having 2 action scenes. Yeah, Anthony's face. It's not good.
pages. Right. So I'm doing...
I mean, I believe
I'm
that's
doing
short.
the stage version of Calendar Girls currently.
Yeah.
That's 120 pages.
Yeah, there you go.
That's Gary Barlow doing a musical about women getting their tits out.
Exactly.
So if that can be
Depends how much detail he goes into.
So if that can be 120 pages, I don't see how Blade can only
No, it's not good.
manage
Is it?
90 with only 2 action scenes as well.
Maybe they
Blade's like
just
the
thought-
actioniest person.
Maybe they just
of
thought,
action.
well, Morbius was short and shit, so as long as we're a little bit better than that,
No.
we'll get away with it.
No, that's not okay. Okay, so, well, to be honest, again, even if it's a mess, I'd rather we know now and we know it's getting sorted.
Maybe it's all in a little font. Maybe it's like size 8.
Size
Andy
14,
script
it's
and
300
size.
pages.
Exactly. So, other news about it, though, comicbookmovie.com are saying that the movie's lead, Mahershala Ali, is becoming increasingly frustrated with the process as well, and that Kevin Feige isn't having enough input because he's spread too thin. So he's not happy either. This was announced 3 years ago, and it's scheduled to come out next November. This seems a little bit late in the day.
Yeah.
It's got DC written all over it, hasn't it?
Yeah,
It's like
totally.
the Flash movie. It's not a good sign, that, though.
No,
At all. Do you think they're doing too much?
maybe. Yeah.
There's
I do.
too much content.
There's with the series as well, there is a lot going on.
Yeah.
But I also think that they're trying to get things out that aren't necessarily going to move the story forward.
I know.
And I think that's Blade's problem. I think Blade is probably near the bottom of the pile at the moment because it doesn't fit in the MCU just yet. Not properly.
Werewolf by Night is out today. I mean, what's that? I mean, as much as I'm looking forward to it,
yeah.
how have we got to that first? And Kevin
Yeah.
Feige's not got time to do Blade.
I know.
I mean, it's Blade. We all want Blade.
Yeah.
And it's good that we're getting smaller characters that people haven't heard of before, haven't seen on the big screen before. I get that, but
Yeah.
it does feel like...
I don't know whether part of it is that he's holding some of the exciting ones back because it's more likely to make people watch the ones in between so they know the story by the time they come in.
Potentially.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at it between now and the end of kind of phase 5. We've got a lot of new stuff that has been coming in already and is continuing to come in before we get Fantastic Four and before we get Blade.
Yeah.
So is it just a way to get us to carry on watching the new people and get attached to them before we get our favourites in that we've been anticipating the whole time?
That's the
and I
thing.
don't know whether that's part of the idea.
But you need to drag it. They need to drag it out as well.
Yeah.
Because think about it, right? Once you've got X-Men and you've got Fantastic Four, and those actors playing those characters don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Where'd you go with Marvel?
And so this is the other thing I was thinking. It's like you've got to find that balance because as much as I could be saying we're doing too much at the moment. No one's getting any younger.
No, I know.
And if they want to keep the same people in the roles and not look too old to be doing them, they need to get this stuff out within a certain time frame overall.
But that's why we're not introducing the Fantastic Four and the X-Men yet, because but they still want to. Disney, in my opinion, are trying to produce as much content as possible to make as much money as possible. Clearly,
yeah.
But if they by putting out tons of series and movies, and I get that, but if they fill all those movies and series with X-Men and Fantastic Four, because that's it now, basically.
Yeah.
If they fill it with that, then you have got the problem where people are, like you just said, people are going to get too old, they're going to have to recast. So what they're doing now is they're filling all their content with characters who we've not really seen much of before. And it's like we're then holding back the big characters.
Yeah.
Because, and I know there's like thousands of Marvel characters. Anthony's got a massive encyclopedia full of them, but you've not heard of 90% of them.
No.
And you wouldn't give a shit about the movies of 90% of them, and neither will the general audience.
Yeah.
So once you've blitzed through, which we already have, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, all that sort of stuff, and then you've hit X-Men and Fantastic Four, no one's going to care.
Yeah.
And you can introduce characters as well as you can, but people still aren't going to be that interested about characters. They need to recognise it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, but they just, I don't know, slow down, but speed up.
It's weird, isn't it?
I know.
It's a really hard
Let's get the
balance to
story
find.
moving, but slow, but I don't know what to say.
No, I know.
I feel it's like we've talked about this before though. They need to end the MCU before people get fed up of it. They won't. They'll let this run until nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
But they need to wrap it up after phase 9 or whatever. Or phase 10, something like that. I think that's us for news though. Should we do trailers?
Yes.
2 trailers. We've only got 1 so far, but we'll get Mario soon. So we got an amazing trailer for Wakanda Forever.
Oh,
good.
It was so good. I'm already obsessed
with what, the film in general.
Yeah, I can't wait now.
I'm so excited.
It looks phenomenal.
Up until yesterday, I'd only watched it on my phone. Literally once. Watched it
I've
once
only watched it on my phone. Is it better on the big screen?
When I was doing the notes for this yesterday, I sat down, put it on the telly, 4K, sound. Oh, amazing. Chills. Pure chills at the end. The music is brilliant.
I absolutely adore Angela Bassett.
She is boss, to be fair.
She's amazing. I've watched her pretty much for about 10 years on the telly. In different. I mean, she's been in all sorts. She's been in 911. She's been in American Horror Story. All of those kind of things. So I just think she's amazing.
Powerful.
Very, very powerful.
Yeah.
And she's done a lot of very different characters over the years. I've seen her be a policewoman and I've seen her be a voodoo witch. Like, she's literally done everything you can imagine. And the passion behind everything that she says is so intense. Like, she just gives me chills every time. And because she's talking about,
just in this trailer.
I mean, she's talking about the death of her son.
I know.
And like, it already gives me goosebumps just seeing the little clips that we're getting of it. And I cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Let's break down some of the bits of the trailer then. So, T'Challa's funeral.
Yeah.
We see that's prominent at the start of the trailer.
Yeah. I love the mural as well.
That's going to be phenomenal to see on the big screen.
I'm really sorry now if I cry in the cinema when we watch it together.
It's going to be... Do you know what? I think with funerals in movies, you can skim past them and not really give it much. Do you know what I mean? Even with Tony's funeral at the end of Endgame, massive event, but it was 2 minutes. I feel like this could be 15 minutes. And quite happily sit and watch it. I could sit and watch the whole 10-minute eulogy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's built up, and it's obviously out of respect for the character, but at the same time out of respect for Chadwick as well.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be missing a trick massively if they don't have that be a massive focus. I don't want anybody to attack the funeral. I don't want the US Marines.
I don't think anyone will.
I don't think they will. I want it to be I want us to just be able to experience that, really. But I think it's going to be a tough watch, definitely. We got loads of shots of Namor and Atlantis.
Yeah.
He says that only the most broken people can become great leaders. I like that. Really good, really, really good line. Powerful line as well. The underwater effects. I don't know what I expected from underwater effects. It just looks really good. I don't know what I expected. It feels real, like it's underwater. How do you do underwater effects without making it look fake?
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just seem to have nailed it. I've seen like films where, I can't think of one, but I know I've seen like behind the scenes for things of certain films where they have to like just film it over the course of like weeks and weeks because they'll all go down underwater and they'll have to they'll film for like 30 seconds and then go back
Titanic.
up. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
They're clearly not doing that.
That was James Cameron as well, don't forget.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
Yeah.
They're clearly not doing that here,
No.
but the fact that they're making it look like it looks is brilliant. What do you think of the look of Namor and his ankle wings? Do you like it?
Straight away just thought of Hermes.
Yeah.
The Greek god Hermes.
Yeah.
That was all I thought, but I didn't hate it.
It doesn't look stupid.
No.
It should on paper look stupid.
Yeah.
How does he fly? He's got wings on his ankles and they just flap. It sounds stupid, but I feel like they pulled it off. I like it.
Yeah.
There's a clip in the trailer as well where he's like jumping from air to air. Do you get what I mean? He's using the wings to do it. But I think they nailed that as well. It looks like, I don't know whether it's the US military, but some sort of non-Wakandan or Atlantis military attacking Wakanda.
I was going to say, I don't know whether we're going to get a 3-way battle.
I feel like Atlantis are going to attack the US military ship, and the US military are going to think it's Wakanda, so they're going to attack Wakanda.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think because they say in the trailer he's going after the surface world, and I'm wondering whether part of his plan to go after the surface world is to put the surface world at war. Maybe he thinks that his biggest threat, because of the nation that they are, is Wakanda.
Yeah.
So he wants the militaries of the other countries to go after Wakanda, basically.
Yeah.
I also wonder whether is there going to be any ties to Secret Invasion, because of Martin Freeman's character was obviously quite prominent in Wakanda Forever. I wonder if there'll be any sort of ties.
I don't know.
Any ties there. Last couple of bits then. We kind of see Riri Williams Ironheart.
Yes.
We see a few shots of the suit.
Very quick shots.
Very quick shots. We don't get a full look.
No.
I like the fact that we've gone back to the heads-up display, the Tony Stark style heads-up display. I like that. What other way have you got to do it, I suppose? And then the new Black Panther. We finished with, what's her name? Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett, show them who you are. And then the new Black Panther landing. Who is it?
It's Shuri.
It's got to be Shuri, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Some of the cast have come out and said people haven't guessed who it is yet. Or they've said they've not guessed the whole truth. Wonder whether there's going to be multiple Black Panthers. Maybe Shuri's a Black Panther at the start of the movie and somebody else ends up.
Oh, if Angela Bassett gets in that costume
I've got
just
once.
once.
I could see that. I could see that happening.
I would be so happy.
I would be as well. I could see that happen. I was thinking that.
Because she's like the mother hen of the entire... So if she needs to suit up, I think she wouldn't hesitate.
No, I don't. What if in the movie we end up with we've got no Black Panther, and to protect Wakanda, Angela Bassett does suit up, takes the herb, becomes super powerful, and then ends up getting killed by the US military or something like that.
Angela Bassett.
I know, but I think if she's going, put it this way, if she's going to suit up as a Black Panther, she's going to die.
You reckon?
Yeah. Now I kind of hope she doesn't, because I don't want her to die.
No, I don't want her to die.
But I think that's what's going to happen.
You see, I don't know whether because of the fact that T'Challa's already died and it's his funeral.
Yeah, I suppose.
Is it too much death in the one family?
Potentially. I don't know. I'm just dead excited. I'm happy that we still don't
forget
know.
As well, in the first Black Panther,
we
had the after effects of his dad's death.
Yes.
And now in this one we've got the after effects of his death.
The whole family.
So I don't think they'd kill another family member.
Not.
I think we can get away with that, and I think Angela might be safe.
Wishful thinking.
I'll be very upset.
Hopefully. No, it looks good though. What is it, 11th of November?
11th of November.
I genuinely cannot wait. I didn't think I'd be this excited for Wakanda Forever.
Can we also just point out that, I don't know whether it's in the whole... I mean, well, for us it's a big thing, but in the UK, it's being released, and obviously it's the kind of thing to Chadwick Boseman. It's also the 11th of the 11th.
Why is that a thing?
Because the 11th of the 11th at 11 o'clock we have...
Oh, yeah.
We have the minute silence for all those that have fallen.
I was thinking Marvel-y.
So the fact that it's...
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's an accident or whether it's just what, but I just thought that was quite nice.
It is a bit, yeah. Remembrance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good shout, that answer. Yeah. Didn't even think about that. Didn't even think about it.
We forgot to mention something before in the news, and it's not specifically Marvel or DC. But
I'm interested to see what this is going to be now. Go on.
First time in history.
Yeah.
An actor has now sold his likeness.
I've missed this. Who, what, when?
Bruce Willis.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce Willis has sold his likeness. So now, like the whole CGI thing and using somebody's basically their face and everything.
Using deep fake technology, yeah.
He's now sold his.
So we'll still be able to get
ability,
Bruce Willis.
So we'll still be able to get Bruce Willis in certain films if we want.
Oh, do you think they will though? It's a bit weird.
I think the only time that they would do it if it was a cameo part in a film. So like because we obviously had Split, didn't we? And we had Glass and all of that kind of stuff.
Spoilers. Does he die at the end of Split? Not Split. Glass.
I think maybe.
Have you seen it?
I have, but I can't remember now.
He dies.
Does he drown again?
We said spoilers. Yeah, maybe he does. Anyway, but yeah, cameos. Cameos.
But yeah, I mean,
you're not going to get
Die Hard, something like that. It's just the fact that there's that possibility now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It just feels weird. Like the whole Die Hard 7 and the whole thing.
But again, because this is something that Bruce Willis has loved, but
yeah,
he physically cannot do it anymore because of his illness.
No, I know.
And so I think that for
but do you
this
not
to
think
happen,
other
it's
than
the next best thing.
Other than for cameos, do you not think it's like just leave it now then?
Yeah.
I mean, do you really want? Do you want a whole Bruce Willis film with somebody else playing him and his face CGI'd onto his face?
No.
Yes,
I
do.
Really.
Now that I'm saying it, yes, I do. Yeah, do it. Yeah, I'm all right with that. But yeah, it's a weird. It's kind of like
it's a very strange milestone, but it's a milestone nonetheless.
It is a milestone, but it's also it's like I know we've already done the bringing dead actors back to life, with like Carrie Fisher and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this isn't, and people don't like that, and I'm not really a massive fan of that unless the
payoff is worth it.
Well, yeah, but also I feel like I'm only okay with it as well, or massively okay with it. I mean, I'm not that bothered, to be dead honest, but I think for everybody to be okay with it, as long as the actor has okayed it, then I don't think you can argue with it then.
No.
It's like there's talk of Stan Lee still making cameos in the MCU in the future. Yeah. I do not doubt for a minute that Stan Lee would have been absolutely fine with that and would have loved the thought of him continuing to make cameos in the MCU going forward. Yeah. This is a bit different because it is Bruce Willis who's doing this.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I like. I just don't know if I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, weird. Let's see what happens with the next Bruce Willis film with him in it. Basically, right. So we've literally just watched the Super Mario Brothers trailer. We're literally sticking this in the middle of the podcast. So we've not made any notes.
No.
What did you think?
I don't really
know what to say.
No.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
I'm pleasantly surprised with the visual.
It's darker.
It is darker, but then it was
stupid at the same time.
Yeah.
But it built it up. So the whole Cooper cloud ship type thing that came over, really, really dark. It feels like it's gonna be like a really big, massive event.
You said it was kind of like a Lord of the Rings feel.
It had a Lord of the Rings feel. So when all those penguins
armies
came
against
out,
each other,
yeah.
But then it went stupid.
But I was okay with it.
Yeah, I was okay with it. That was really funny.
Completely okay with it. The snowballs,
the
one piece of ice on a cardboard. I was killing myself laughing.
It was funny.
Seriously, I was. Jack Black as Cooper? Bowser,
yeah. Didn't sound like him, did it?
It did at the end.
At the end.
At first, it didn't, though. But again, I didn't think it'd be okay with that.
No.
It just, right, I don't really know what to say about it because we've only just watched it. I've not had time to sort of contemplate it or anything like that. It feels like, I mean, we don't know what the runtime is. It feels like it's going to be, I mean, it's Mario, so it's going to be big, but they're going to put it across as being some massive, big 2-hour movie. But I don't know if they can do that because it's a kid's movie.
Yeah.
Already the feel of it should be like a 2.5-hour film. But I don't know how it's then going to sit if you try. Or are they just going to take the piss and make it like we know it should be a big, deep movie, and then it's not.
I don't know.
The look of it is, I mean, I don't know what else you're going to do other than make it look like Mario, but look at Ugly Sonic, I suppose.
Yeah.
That didn't look like it. I'm glad they've just kept the look as close as possible.
Yeah.
They've changed it a little bit.
Yeah.
They've tweaked it a tiny little bit, but in general, the look just looks like a Mario
for
game.
the big screen, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. They've made it look a little bit more detailed, and they've changed them up a little bit, but the look of it, I mean, the look of Bowser, spot on.
Yeah.
But again, you're not. What else are you going to do? Are you going to turn it into Dennis Hopper and put him in a suit as live action? I'd be okay with that. That was amazing, the Mario Brothers film. So we got Bowser, we got his little minion Koopa type things. We got Mario, and Toad.
Yeah.
What did you think of Chris Pratt as Mario? I know you didn't get much of it, but is it what you thought it'd be?
It's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Are you disappointed in that, though?
Yeah.
Do you think they've not made him do a Mario impression because people would have kicked off?
Appropriation and all that kind of stuff. I don't know whether that...
appropriation.
No, I know,
Let's not be stupid.
But that's the route that people will go down, isn't it?
I know. But why? Because the guy, what's his name? Charles Martinet, who does the actual voice for Mario.
Yeah.
He's not an Italian plumber.
No.
Why is it okay for him to do it?
No, I know.
But not Chris Pratt.
I know, but if there's a bandwagon to be jumped on, everyone's going to jump on it.
I know.
And that's the world we live in now.
I know.
And
but did people jump on Russell Crowe as Zeus?
Not for the Greek thing.
Not for the Greek thing.
Because it wasn't particularly Greek.
He sounded like Mario.
He sounded like something. I don't know what it was, but he sounded like something. No, but it does. I mean, it happens a lot now, and you know, people are.
It's not like you went Wakanda forever or anything like that.
But people are being more careful with casting because of it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think
people have got a vendetta against Chris Pratt.
People have got a vendetta against
I don't
Chris
agree
Pratt.
with.
And actually, I've investigated that more, and it essentially comes from a tweet. It all stems.
Did he do it? Did he post a tweet?
No.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else posted a tweet that he was part of a church that he's not a part of.
Oh, okay. We've gone very political there. But yeah, I want Chris Pratt doing a Mario impression.
Going
full on Italian plumber.
The last 5 years, Chris Pratt has been
in everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a problem.
And I think that's where I've just gone, oh, really, Mario?
Is he Garfield as well, or was that a joke?
Actually, I could see him being Garfield.
I think he is Garfield as well now.
But that I could be on board with.
I know, but he's just going to be Chris Pratt.
I know.
But then Bill Murray was just Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, but he sounded like Garfield.
I know, but so could Chris Pratt.
I suppose.
If you think of Chris Pratt in Parks and Recreation days, he could be Garfield.
Yeah, he could be, yeah.
And I'm talking like series 1 and 2 of Parks and Rec, not later on.
Why did it change later on?
Yeah, he got a bit active, didn't he?
Burt Macklin.
Talking about active, have you ever seen that thing with Kevin Hart?
No.
When he's on a TV program, I think it's Kelly Clarkson's talk show or something. He's got a glass of wine and he goes, "Somebody phone my wife and tell him I'm coming home active." As he takes a drink of his wine, I was crying. It was really funny. But no, I just knew it was just going to be Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Suppose.
There's too many R's there.
I think people are just, I don't know, I just think it's the market's a bit too oversaturated with Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
And Tom Holland, both of them, it's just a bit like they're everywhere and just not irritating. I like them both, but it just feels like everything goes to one of them.
Yeah.
They're in everything, the pair of them. They literally, and The Rock, Tom Holland, Chris Pratt, and The Rock. It's like every movie of the year. Literally. It's like the 6 degrees of Chris Pratt, The Rock, and whatever.
Right, can I just put out there, I really want to see a film where The Rock is the villain and Kevin Hart is his henchman. Because I just think it'd be so funny. We've not seen that yet.
And Chris Pratt is the hero.
No.
And Tom Holland is his sidekick.
Anybody except Chris Pratt is the hero.
Anyway, Mario then.
Yeah.
Pleasantly surprised by the trailer. I don't know why I thought it wasn't going to be good. I kind of wish it was crap, but it's better. It looks better than I thought.
And then we got a little glimpse of Luigi as well, didn't we?
Yeah, Charlie Day as Luigi. He's going to be the best bit of this.
We only heard a whoa.
Yeah,
we didn't actually get an actual noise, which is
very
Charlie Day. But that was just a little bit of an action shot, wasn't it? We didn't really actually get anything out of that.
Getting chased by ghosts in like a mansion type thing.
Yeah. I felt like I was just watching all the levels on Mario Karts, to be honest.
Again, it's what it's going to look like, isn't it? See,
I'm surprised we didn't see any Yoshi.
I don't even know if he's in it. I mean, there's no one cast as a...
better be in it.
I assume he will, I suppose. There's nobody cast as a voice of him. So, we've got... I can't remember them all, but Donkey Kong's in it. Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong. Yeah. Cranky Kong's in it. I can't remember who's doing the voice. Princess Peach is in it.
Is it... not Jordan Peele, it's the other one, Key.
Yeah, Kevin Michael
Yeah,
Kevin
Whichever
Michael
way.
Key, Kevin Michael Key, Michael Kevin Key, whatever. One of the Michael. There's a Michael and a Kevin in it.
Yeah.
He's Toad.
Yeah.
And then what Charles Martinet, whatever his name is, who does Mario, he's in the movie as somebody.
Oh, is he?
It's
Okay.
being kept under wraps. He could be Yoshi.
Okay.
Maybe. Thinking about it. But yeah, do you know what? It looks good. I don't even know when it's coming out, but I like the look of it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm completely on board with it now. Didn't really show as much as we said. It didn't.
I mean,
but
I've got nieces and nephews, so I'm gonna watch it.
I'm
It's gonna
watch it
happen.
anyway. You never didn't have nieces and nephews. I've got 2 kids, and it'd still be going. I'm going on my own. I'll go and watch it on my own first, so they don't interrupt me. Do you know what though? Even though we didn't see much, it felt like we got shown a lot because the scenes that we got shown were quite long.
Yeah.
Normally with a trailer, it's like little 4-second clips. And this wasn't. This was like a 1.5 minute full clip of Koopa, Bowser, and then another minute of Mario, basically. That was it. So we got quite a lot there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
The one thing I will say, he looked very confused as to where he'd landed.
Yeah, this is like the origin story. This is
So
was
he just fixing someone's sink?
I assume so, yeah, and then he fell down the pipe. I don't know how it happens. This is gonna be a full on origin story. Like Toad is gonna be that's the first time he meets Toad. Bowser's not got any idea. That's why he's like, who's gonna stop me, sort of thing. Yeah. But if the penguins with the snowballs couldn't stop him, how's Mario gonna do it?
Well,
how? Go on.
I don't
know. Well, we play the game. Spoilers.
But yeah,
anyway,
good.
Yeah, looks good. Should we get back to the podcast?
Yeah.
So, Andor, episode 5, The Axe Forgets. Spoilers for Anthony, because Anthony doesn't know if he's seen it, because he doesn't know what's going on at all.
Oh,
right,
I'm really trying.
Before I explain to Anthony what happened in this week's episode of Andor, because he doesn't get it, overall, what do you think of the episode?
You could ask me what I could work from it.
No. What do you think of the episode?
Overall?
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit bored of all of the talking now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and like I know that there's a reason for it, and I think if I understood it, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that it's just, I can't even tell you why I just can't seem to get me. I've had a lot on this week.
No.
Like I've had quite a stressful week this week as well, so I don't think it's properly gone in either.
I don't
kind of get it, but I get the very basics of it.
I think I'm the same as you, and I'm going to say rewind, and I take the piss every time I say rewind. Right? I sat and watched this yesterday, and I had to rewind multiple parts 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
because I was like, I must have missed something in that conversation, and I still don't get. I get the basic gist of what they're talking about, but they're talking about things in a lot of detail, and it's like they're referring to things that I don't know what they're talking about, and it's like, am I supposed to know what they're talking about? Have I missed that in a previous episode? And I don't feel like I have, because we watch this very intently so that we can make notes for this show.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've missed stuff. I don't think I've missed anything. I just don't. I think it's very detailed.
Yeah.
And they've got 12 episodes to fill. I get that. I'm enjoying it. Don't worry, right? I am 100% enjoying it.
For me, this episode is the calm before the storm.
Yes, definitely.
So I think next episode is
action.
Very, very action.
Definitely, yeah.
But what I liked about it is that, you know, we've already talked about the fact that we're seeing the very gritty side of it.
Yeah.
What I like is that it's more realistic than we've ever dealt with before.
There's no aliens.
It's not even. No, I'm not even talking about that. Like, I'm talking about the actual sequence of events.
Yeah, okay.
All we've ever seen is it jumps from a big plot point to a big plot point to a big plot point.
Yeah.
Right now, what we're watching is the rebellion sitting there waiting for the moment in the tedious kind of in-between bits that you don't normally see.
Yeah.
And I quite like the realism within that.
Yeah.
Because it was all well and good when Hans and Luke came in and started fighting Darth Vader and stuff like that. But what about everybody else that was just sat on planet waiting?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And trying to fight and get there, you know, whereas they were taking miles and miles, these guys were just taking inches on their planet each time.
Yeah.
And I quite like that.
But it's not boring at the same time. It's intrigue. They're not dragging it out. It's
I like
very
the nods
grown
to stuff.
up.
Like, it's at the nod to New Hope in this episode with the blue milk.
Yes.
And I like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was little things like that I caught that.
And bring you back into the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
But this could be, so far, apart from the TIE fighters and the blue milk, it could be anything. It could not be Star Wars, but I don't think that's a bad thing. It's like, this is grown-up Star Wars done right. We're not just listening to trade routes and treaties to try and make it sound a little bit more grown-up.
No.
It's meaningful stuff.
Yeah.
And it's, again, I still don't 100% grasp what's going on either in certain aspects, but it's building the characters, and I think that's the big thing. It's like, particularly in this episode, we focused mainly on, I mean, we'll break down, like, you know, what each character was doing and stuff, and we touched on different characters like Khan and Luther and stuff like that, but it was mainly around Cassian and the Rebels, and there was such a good character arc for Cassian to a degree, but also that dude with the tattoos, Skeen. You sort of, you understand him now by the end of the episode. Yeah. To the point where I think he's probably going to die now in the next episode, because they've made you kind of care about him a little bit. But I just think it's really good storytelling, and it's really good character development. Yeah. And you will care a lot more what happens in the next episode. Like, if Skeen dies in the next episode, I'll actually give a shit. Whereas I wouldn't.
He was the one that was a bit of a dickhead to him.
He was, but by the end, he's apologised, and he's like, "That's the best apology you're going to get." I get him. I understand the character. You understand his motivations, and I also think when you get, again, I'm sort of skipping ahead to sort of my idea, but when somebody in that group backstabs the rest of the group, which is gonna happen, you'll feel a little bit more devastated and a little bit more like you've been, you know, done wrong, because you've sort of grown, you're learning to know these characters, basically. But I think they're doing it in a good way. I mean, I am enjoying it. Slower, different, but I'm enjoying it. Should we talking about the actual stories that we're sort of going through the episode? We started the episode and kind of ended the episode with Khan and his mum. The blue milk. I want blue milk and cereal. It just looks weird. Just when she poured it in the cereal, it just felt really odd.
Didn't the cereal look like the Mintero bubbles?
It did. It looked like
green and brown.
Mint Nesquik with blue milk. Weird, but I really want to go and buy some blue food colouring now and make the kids blue cereal in the morning. The whole thing, though, nothing really happened. Again, nothing happened with him, but it was really character building. We sort of get why he acts like he acts. Basically, he's a disappointment to his mum, and she's quite happy that he knows he's a disappointment. And it kind of shows you what his motivation is. So he's trying to prove himself. To his mum, to his family, like his uncle Hollow or something like that. It's like, well, he's going to get you out of this mess, sort of thing. But, and again, I still don't 100% like him, but I feel like I understand his motivation now. And I still don't quite know where he's going to go. He's got that HoloLens thing at the end, hasn't he, with a picture of Cassian on it? I assume he's going to try and go after him, because he feels like he's the reason why. But then at the same time, I still wouldn't be surprised if he ended up siding with him at some point.
Or sacrificing himself to protect Cassian.
When he realises what Cassian's trying to do. And he realises he's a dick. Basically. I could see that happening. He's good. I think he's a really, really good character. Khan, I think he's, again, we rushed into one thing with him in the first couple of episodes, but this last couple of episodes I've actually seen his character. It's been really good. So the main part of the episode was Cassian then. So it was all about Cassian and the Rebels. So it was all about two things. It was basically his relationship with his new crew, the rebellion, and the plan for this siege next episode. So relationship wise, it was basically, or it was mostly him and Skeen, the dude with the tattoos. So again, making you understand that he's had it rough. I think he was trying to say like the tattoos were to show that, or were implying that he'd been like in child slavery type thing. I think that's where it was getting. No, I know, I couldn't really get it. I rewound twice. I was listening to it. I was like, I don't understand any of these places he's telling me. But I think that's where it was going. He told you about his brother's death. So the Imperials came in, they took his brother's farm, and then his brother went and walked into the river with loads of rocks in his pockets and killed himself because he lost absolutely everything. And again, it's like Khan. You're getting to know the character, and you're getting to know why, A, he doesn't trust anybody, but also why he's a bit of an arse. And
it's that thing again of everybody joins the rebellion for their own reason. Everybody's got a reason for joining them.
And that's it. That's why he hates the Empire. And that's probably why, but I suppose I was going to say it's why he's okay with Cass, but it doesn't make sense, because I suppose he does hate the Empire and he's fighting against the Empire because of that. But then when he finds out that Cassian is a mercenary and he's only there because he's being paid to be there,
Yeah.
I thought he'd therefore react a little bit differently. I thought he'd be a bit more pissed off. Because he'd be like, well, I'm here because I hate the Empire. You're literally here for a paycheck.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just because Cass was honest with him.
They did all kind of see their ass straight away.
No, I know they did. I know. I wondered whether one of them was just going to die, or not Cassian clearly, but I wondered whether Scheme was going to end up getting killed at that point when he took the Kyber crystal off him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I wondered whether not Cassian was going to kill him, but somebody else was going to kill him, because it was like, you're the problem now in the group, and we all need to be together. And you're being the dick, basically.
Yeah.
But no, I'm glad that they've not bonded, but there's that element of trust now, because now he knows what Cassian's about. It's like he knew he wasn't who he said he was, and now that he knows, that's it. But that's why I feel that because we've now got to like that guy, he's gonna. Do you
think that him giving that information has made them distrust her a little bit though as well? Because I got that vibe.
Yeah, well, I'm
and it makes
convinced.
Me think: is there going to be a break in the ranks, and is this going to be the plan that does fail?
I don't think the plan's going to go to plan, because she's not got a clue what she's doing, Val.
Yeah,
you could see it. So when Cass is trying to explain to them like how you get the truck out of there, and they've got no idea, because he's like, is it on the rails? And you can tell that they're going, yeah it is, and he's like, you don't know, do you? You don't know if it's on the rails, you don't know how to get it off the rails, how are you getting out? They've got no idea.
Well, even down to him saying, you're left-handed, you're right-handed,
exactly.
And the way they were holding the guns, and he was like, you always want the guns on the outside.
Yeah, spot on. But that's when she's starting to pick up the fact that, shit, I don't know what I'm doing here. This guy's picking up on stuff. He's been here a day.
Yeah.
And he's got this down. He knows who's left-handed, who's right-handed, and he knows what's going on completely. Yeah. So I do wonder whether she's maybe not going to sort of like hand things over to him. But again, I could see her dying as well and being like, right, just all follow Cassian.
Yeah.
Or Clem, because nobody knows his name's Cassian.
Clem.
With the plan then, so that obviously it was all practice for the plan. We're going to get them at doing this siege in the next episode.
Yeah.
Something's bound to go wrong. It's not just going to go smoothly. I think one of the big things that's going to make it go wrong is that there's, as I said, somebody in the group is going to stab them in the back. Yeah. And I've got 3 people who I think it might be. I think Lieutenant Gorn is too obvious. The guy who's working for the Empire.
I was going to say, do you reckon it's the kid, the lad?
Nemec.
Yeah,
I think it might be
him. I think it's him, and I think we're going to find out that they've taken a family member or something, and I don't think it's going to be a betrayal in the traditional sense.
It's going to be like I had to
save my family.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I don't think it's... I love it when it's not that straightforward. It's not you're good and you're bad.
Yeah.
It's you're doing what you can for survival, and if you need to do that to protect your family, then you're going to do that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Do you know what I mean?
Somebody is.
And again, like when you're looking at a series like this where it is more adult and more gritty, I think that's a good route to go down.
Yeah, not just haha twirling his mustache, I was bad the whole time sort of thing. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Tying them all to the train track.
Yeah, no, it literally the train. I kind of hope you do it though. Just Nemec with an invisible mustache going, do it.
But no, I do think that'd make for a better storyline of it being that he's doing it for a reason. He's not doing it because he's evil.
Yeah. I get what you mean. No,
nothing's black and white in this, and that's what I like. Yeah. And I think that's
it might be. We might have just missed it. Yeah. We've got no idea what's going on. I'm
really trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about.
You're doing quite well, to be fair.
I watched the whole episode and was like, the fuck?
You're doing quite well. I'm impressed. So, as well as the Cassian and the Rebel story, we also got little bits of Mon Mothma. So we got her and her relationship with her family.
Yeah.
Nothing really happened story-wise, apart from the fact that it told us that her husband and her daughter really don't like her. Pretty much. Do you think... Why? Do you think we're going to find out why they don't like her? Do you think she's done something?
Maybe.
To piss them off?
Maybe.
I mean, I can't imagine what it would be. I assume she's distant because she's doing this whole rebellion thing.
Yeah. But...
I wonder whether we're going to find out she's done something. Do you think it's her absence that's
made them hate her, or do you think she's done something and this rebellion thing is her kind of redeeming?
maybe she's done something really bad, like to help the Empire years ago, and they're all sort of spiteful of her because of it.
And she led to like the death of thousands or something like that,
potentially.
Not even necessarily on purpose, but like she made a call or something along those lines. And
could be.
There's a lot of
some
distrust.
People probably know this already, like because Mon Mothma through like the books and stuff. But I know it's not all canon. But yeah, I don't know. I hope we get an explanation for her, and it's not just like, oh, to show she's different. Do you get what I mean? I hope we get some understanding of it. But it's weird to watch.
Could you imagine
uncomfortable
if her thing was that she had worked for the Empire and she had ordered Cassian's planet to be?
Yeah, if there's some sort of link.
Yeah. I'd find that quite cool.
I think that was quite cool.
If it turned out that she's the reason their parents died or something like that.
Yeah. Maybe, and that's why they all hate her. But I don't know.
And
I don't think they care enough.
Would give an explanation as to why she'd be helping him.
Yeah, but she doesn't know she's helping Cassian. She's helping Luthen. I get the impression she's just doesn't want the Empire to become as big as they are.
Yeah,
or to be as big as they are. So speaking about the Empire, we get Deirdre, the blonde lady who works for the Empire. Again, she's not in it much. We just sort of see the fact that she still is on to the fact that the rebellion is starting. Because the rebellion's not a thing here at this stage.
No.
This is the birth of the rebellion.
Yeah.
And she's the only one who can see this coming. Her and her PA, who seems to agree with everything she says. But apart from those
she's the one that I think is Cassian's sister.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's the only one who can sort of see this. And they say, like, it's too random to be random. All these attacks that happen on Imperial bases are too random to be random, and they're the only ones putting them together. But the rest of the Empire are just too cocky. It's like, no one will be stupid enough to attack us. But again, there's not really much of her in the story apart from the fact it was felt like kind of just a reminder as to remember we introduced this character in the last episode. She's going to be, we're going to finish what we're doing with the attack, and then she'll be part of it, guys. Don't you worry. And then we wrapped up the episode with Stellan Skarsgård, Luthen. So he's basically stressing about this siege.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Do you reckon she'll show up to the siege then? If she finds out that something's happening,
I
she
think
gets
that's
out
where
there
she's
straight off.
going.
Yeah.
Because her husband is planning this big meal and meet and greet thing, and at the garrison they're waiting for somebody to roll up. Is it Mon Mothma?
Maybe.
And her husband, or is it just the husband? That's what I don't get. I don't know whether I'm supposed to know that's what's happening or whether it's supposed to be a surprise. Because somebody big has arrived at that garrison. Because the only thing we've seen going in are TIE fighters going in and out.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you see like the Emperor's type senator type ship go into the garrison. So there must be somebody really big heading there. And we probably know who it is. I've just missed it. But that's why they're doing the attack. I wonder, but it could be something as simple as it's somebody high up or a couple of high up Imperials going to the garrison on that day so that they can see this big spectacular star thing, and it's a once in a lifetime thing. It could just be, or once every 3 years, but it could just be that. So sticking with Luthen then, he's obviously stressing about this whole siege thing. I like the fact, and it was a good way to wrap up the episode, where because his PA who he's talking to, I don't know his PA, but his helper who works in the shop with him, says, "Don't worry, it'll be all over by this time tomorrow." And he says, "Or it'll just be starting." I got chills when he said that, because I was like, "This is the birth of the rebellion. This isn't over. This is all kicking off.
This is the turning point now."
Yeah. So as hard work as this, it is hard work.
It is
not in a bad way. It's thinky. It's very thinky. You probably could have condensed this to 10 episodes instead of 12.
I think because I struggled with the last episode and then struggling with this episode straight after.
Yeah.
I think that's what's done it for me a little bit on this one, where I've gone,
yeah, I know what you mean.
But if it goes where I think it's going to go in the next episode, I'm still invested.
I think that's where I go. Yeah. We're not going to drag this. We said last week, are they going to get the siege at the end of the series, or are we going to get it very quick? This is happening in the next episode. Yeah, they're not dragging this out for another 8 episodes?
Yeah.
6 episodes? 7
Unless
episodes?
they only just get to the fucking door in the next episode. That'd annoy me.
Oh, no. Yeah, what if the whole episode, like, you don't see Cassian and the rebellion? It's all like Deirdre in the Empire. Don't. No. If that's what you're doing, Disney, not that you're listening, but if that's what you're doing,
stop it.
Don't do it. Stop it now.
Skip the episode. Just put 6 out.
So, are you still on board then, yeah?
I'm still on board, yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm excited.
I just want a bit more action now again.
But I think we will next episode.
Yeah.
We've had the character building. I don't want him to... We've spent the last
I
two
don't
episodes
want them to
introducing.
throw it away. That's the
No,
thing.
I don't. But I also don't want another. After this, I don't want another 2 episodes of introducing a load of new characters again.
No,
We've got enough characters now.
Yeah,
Let's just have not just pure action, but let's just have it move a little bit quicker now for the rest of the
Yeah.
series. If you get what I mean. She-Hulk. Then we ready for She-Hulk?
I am ready.
She-Hulk, episode 8, Ribbit and Rippy. Fucking brilliant. Spoilers from the get-go, as we do every week. Anthony, your thing, She-Hulk. Go.
I fucking loved it.
So did I.
Honestly, it was the best episode so far.
It was.
I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
She's just... This has been a turning point for a character, big time.
Massively.
And I feel
And
like
the
we've said
show.
it quite a lot, but like in this moment,
Yeah.
I've been like, no, this is it now.
Lots of character development. I feel like we've got to her character. I know we said this last week, but this is this. It was the realization of who Jen is in the last episode, and this was actually seeing Jen be the Jen she figured out at that thing. Before we break it down, it's not that I don't appreciate the series so far, because I feel by last episode I'd got it. Like I said, this stepped it up completely.
Yeah,
this was on a different level.
Yeah.
Episode 1 and episode 2, and this episode.
Best ones.
I can't really fault them. I'll be really honest. I can't.
Yeah.
The other episodes, whilst I appreciate them a bit more now, they were fillery.
Yeah.
They didn't need to be. They didn't need to be there, because I think there was a lot of good character development for Jen.
Yeah.
And I know we got like one episode where we got loads of character development for Nikki and Pug, but we didn't really need that, because we're not going to see them. We're probably never going to see them again. We might see Nikki in House of Harkness or whatever they're calling it now, but we could see her again. But we're never going to see Pug again.
Yeah.
And it's like we didn't need that character development, but they could have condensed this to a shorter series.
I think the reason for him was the nod, because they couldn't associate him with Spider-Man, but they still wanted him there. So I think it was the nod in that sense.
Yeah.
But
it was this episode, as I said, perfect.
Yeah.
Pacing was great. The writing, the CGI, faultless.
Yes.
Every episode's been crap.
Yeah.
But
I
this
noticed that in
really,
this one.
really
They've
good.
really
Stepped it up.
yeah.
It was really,
Why?
really good. I don't know.
I don't get it.
Because it was the Daredevil episode, and it's the one that they know everyone was going to watch. Do wonder, whether some people haven't watched, have gone, which I'd get if some people have gone, is Daredevil in this week's episode yet? No, great, skip.
Yeah.
Skip. And this is the one where they think like everyone's going to watch this now, so we better make it look good.
Yeah, definitely.
But it was good.
Leapfrog.
Leapfrog is my favourite character.
Gave me Kick-Ass vibes.
Spidey vibes for me.
Was it?
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, Kick-Ass now that you're saying it.
Yeah.
It was the back chat to the two criminals at the start.
Yeah.
But no, I get
it. Just made me properly chuckle.
Yeah.
And
Rich Kick-Ass.
Yeah. And then it was the fact that he couldn't really fight either.
Yeah.
And he's essentially just trying to break dance on the floor and stuff.
Amazing,
I was just pissing myself laughing.
It was amazing. His whole thing, so his evil base called the Lily Pad. It's brilliant. His henchmen. We'll talk about the conversation between Matt
Henchmen
and Jen. Henchmen and goons. But he called them his tadpoles. And the guy's like, I'm not a baby frog. I'm not his baby. It's weird. Even his Frogger arcade machines.
I saw that.
It was just.
It was so perfect.
It was stupid. It was absolutely ridiculous.
But it was brilliant.
I don't get it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was so stupid, but it was brilliant at the same time. Absolutely amazing. It was all Matt and Jen. The whole episode was just Matt and Jen.
Yeah.
Different interactions in different ways. So them arguing against each other in the court. I enjoyed that. It was, even though it was just all legal stuff, I still enjoyed it. How good Matt, I know I'm not putting Jen down or anything like that, how good Matt is though, because he just went in there with a minute, he just ripped the whole thing apart and was just like, this is piece of piss.
Yeah, it just doesn't even it doesn't even take a second to think. He just knows exactly where he's going.
Exactly, yeah.
But I mean, he was like that in the Daredevil series as well.
Yes.
So it wasn't anything less than I expected.
No.
If that makes
He
sense.
was a bit more comic-y.
Jovial.
Yeah, but I was okay with it.
He wasn't brooding anywhere near as much as he did in the last series. And I don't know whether this is... They've said to him, we want you to be Daredevil, but we want you to be
it's
a little
She-Hulk.
bit lighter than he was. We don't want quite the same level of brooding.
Netflix
and
Daredevil
like
would
that.
not have suited this episode, or the
No,
show, or the
not at all.
story arc, particularly that Matt Murdock / Daredevil has had in this episode, which we'll obviously talk about. But it wouldn't have suited it. I do wonder whether when we go to the Born Again series, is that going to go closer to the Netflix brooding sort of
Maybe.
tone? But then I'm also questioning, is Jen going to pop up in it? And if it does go really dark and brooding, is she going to suit that?
So my question now is, because a majority of Marvel characters are based in New York.
Yeah, a lot of them, yeah.
But she's not.
No.
So my question is she going to go with Matt to Devil's Kitchen and work...
Hell's Kitchen.
What did I say?
Devil's Kitchen. When you said that, I was like, "There's something." It took me a minute to figure out what was wrong about it. But I was like, something sounded wrong there.
Listen, this is me. I always say stupid shit. Sorry. Right. So Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen. Yeah.
Whether she's going to follow him and be a lawyer with him.
I wondered whether, because I thought
and that would then put her in Daredevil.
Yeah, it would. And I don't know. We don't know where Cap 4 is going to be set, but it feels like it normally is set around New York, isn't it? That's the thing, like you said. Another thing I thought though was because I don't think she's going to want to carry on working for whatever they're called, GLK and H or whatever. What if they end up with a Nelson and Murdoch LA branch?
What, and she
opens
it.
He opens a branch there,
maybe.
basically, yeah. Or her own practice completely.
Yeah.
It could be that, defending Soups.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like it if she ended up going to New York.
I like
Nikki with her.
I like that he gave her the idea of, lawyer Jen is for fighting justice.
Yes.
And She-Hulk Jen is for when the law fails
them. Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
perfect.
Brilliant.
But he's had longer to figure this out. That's what Daredevil and Matt Murdock are, though. And by the looks of it, he's been doing this for years.
Yeah.
Like, he was surprised when he was like, I'm Daredevil. Do you not... He didn't say how do you know who I am, but that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
It's like, who are you, Golden Devil dude or something? He's like, I'm Daredevil. How do you not know me?
Ketchup and mustard.
Yeah, brilliant. All the interaction between
and I loved the fight because although neither of them are kind of ridiculous levels, you had the quiet, graceful kind of almost ninja kind of techniques compared to
by Matt.
The Hulk smash type thing.
The
she
acrobatics was spot on.
When she watched him jump down and he's like flicking and grabbing each of the levels to slow him down as he falls. And she's like so thrown by it, and then you just see her just go poof,
I know,
and just land.
They towed the line there perfectly.
And I love that she brought the clap back in.
She did, yeah.
Because of the first episode with Bruce and stuff. I liked that was brought back in and stuff.
I think the way that they did that whole sequence though, with him like flipping over the car and doing the acrobatics down it and stuff like that.
And then she's just picking up a car and lobbing it on him.
Yeah, but it was close to looking silly what he was doing, but they didn't go that far. But also they didn't keep it too subtle either, where it would have been like he could have done more than that.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
They did it absolutely spot on. Going back then, just because we skipped past a little bit. I know we're skipping. No, we're jumping around the episode, which is what we've been doing. In the court, did you get on to what he said about the Sokovia Accords?
No.
So, Jen is saying to the judge that she wants a list of all Luke's clients so that they can find out if anybody else has dodgy suits.
But then he's saying
you can't. Yeah, and he said, he basically says that the other reason you can't have it is because the Sokovia Accords have been repealed.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. How, why, when... What? Why?
And who?
Who's repealed the Sokovia Accords? That's a massive thing. I was watching Civil War.
That's so subtle.
I know, but it's massive. It's potentially like one of the biggest reveals of the episode. So I was watching Civil War the other day, and I think I've only seen Civil War 3 times. I watched it in the cinema with you. I think I watched it on DVD or Blu-ray when it first came out. And I only watched it again the other day. And while I was watching the whole bit with Thunderbolt Ross about you can't be doing this. We're going to have he's basically saying we need the Accord so that every Tom, Dick and Harry can't go be in a soup and just doing what they want.
Yeah.
And while I was watching it, I was like, how is She-Hulk happening then? If there are Sokovia Accords, how is that happening? Literally less than a week ago, and then it's come out that the Sokovia Accords have been repealed. But that's a massive, massive thing. Yeah. Was it because of the snap? Did they repeal it because of the snap? And it was like, well, we need all the help we can get.
Yeah.
Has it been repealed after Endgame? That would
make the most sense.
Yeah. Or after the battle in Endgame, it was like, do you know what? Look what these guys have all done. They've all come together. People who we didn't know come out of hiding and stop the end of the world, basically. So let's just let them go. I don't know. I feel like we're going to find more out about that. I hope we do. I wonder whether that could somehow be connected to Ross, though.
Maybe.
is that either why we get the Thunderbolts? Because he's like, right, if you're not going to give me the Accords, I'll put together my own team and I'll control them.
Yeah, that'd be quite good.
To Madam Hydra, because it's like, right, well, if we've got free reign now, let me get my own guys. Or also, is it part of why he would potentially be after She-Hulk's blood? Because he's like, well, let's go mental then.
Yeah.
If you're not going to control them, I'll go and be a fucking Hulk and do something like that. It could all be linked to that. But yeah, massive, really, really subtle.
In a throwaway comment.
Yes.
Not throwaway, but like...
But it is.
It's subtle.
It's just literally said in passing as part of Matt Murdock's argument, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, it's got to have huge ramifications.
Yeah, totally.
Got to. We've already talked about Daredevil. Oh, obviously Matt Murdock as Daredevil. We've talked about his like acrobatics and stuff like that. We got the hallway fight.
We did.
We always get a hallway fight.
Loved the hallway fight.
It was shorter because she just drops through the ceiling and crushes everybody.
Hilarious.
I was a bit gutted.
So funny.
Yeah, because we got like him versus a couple of goons.
I honestly thought,
and then it was him against the whole group, and I was like, yes, go on. I just want to see him tear through them.
I genuinely thought that you were going to see them start walking and then the whole place was going to shake and they were wondering, and I thought she was going to come through like a train. So when she came from above, it surprised me.
Yeah.
But I did know she was coming
at
that point.
And it makes more sense for the series. I hope we get another like dark, gritty hallway fight, because that one in the first series is Daredevil. It's not like all one shot.
Yeah, I think
it goes on for like 6 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Really, really well done. Something people don't like about this. It's getting slated, the episode.
Is it?
By some people. They don't like how Daredevil's come across. I don't think they don't like the suit, because the suit's great. But he's a bit, like we just said, he's a bit too jovial. Some people don't like the fact that he slept with Jem.
I thought that was brilliant.
I thought it was good.
I thought it was very funny.
I didn't have a problem with it.
No.
It surprised me. Were you not surprised by it?
No, because I kind of saw the chemistry from the word go.
I saw the chemistry, but I didn't think... And my thought was, I really hope we get more of these together, either in Daredevil or something else, or the rest of this series. Yeah. And then when it just went to... back to Jen's, I was like, shit, this is actually happening. It was brilliant, but...
We've never had that, though, with two heroes.
No.
And I think it's quite good in a way.
It happens in the comics, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does happen in the comics, but it's also a realistic thing again of...
It doesn't have to be over...
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's going to, isn't it?
Think about it. How many work colleagues have slept together and things like that?
Working in estate agents.
Well, anywhere really. It happens all the time. So, and you've also got kind of a comfort for them in knowing that the person that they're sleeping with can handle themselves.
Yeah.
So if their other half is in danger, and they'll sort themselves out, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know I'm going into like more of a relationship side of things there, but as a general rule, like, superheroes can have fun too.
I know, but it's also, you've hit the nail on the head, because it is always like, superheroes can't have partners. Spider-Man can't be with Mary Jane, because when Spider-Man's enemies find out that he is who he is.
Yeah.
And it's the same story with so many. It's a little bit less so in the MCU, because they seem to be a bit more open about who they are. Like everyone knows Tony Stark, but... This is like, it's like you say, it is.
But then how many times
was
was Pepper Potts in danger?
I know, but this is two heroes. There's zero danger. Do you think Matt, for 1 second, would be worried about somebody finding out who he is and attacking Jen? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm sure he would worry.
Yeah.
But it's not like I can't be with you because of this.
Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah. But it is glaringly obvious. I just thought it moved
I also
quite quick.
like that there was, it moved quite quick, but he was like, I'm
it's
going back to New York tomorrow.
I know.
So it was kind of like, if it doesn't happen now, it's probably not going to happen. So
it just surprised. It just really took me by
surprise.
It was good,
but I really enjoyed it, and I loved his walk of shame the next morning.
That was amazing.
It was brilliant.
I was killing myself.
And then Nikki coming in,
even the fact that he was carrying his shoes.
Yeah.
Why?
Guy walking down the street. Don't know if you've seen it. And she's like, yep.
It was good.
Also, at that point when she said, thought the episode would be over, loved that breaking of the fourth wall.
The whole fourth wall break there.
And then when Nikki came flying back into the kitchen, I thought, fuck, we've got it.
They know.
They knew what they were doing there.
100%.
100%.
As soon as she jumped out,
she's going to do something. And it was like,
and then when it was the makeup, I was like, okay. You bastards. We all thought it was going to be Nikki then.
Did you get on?
She goes, twist. Is it going to be a big twist? And then Nikki jumps out.
Yeah. And then did you notice that Nikki held them like Wolverine?
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was like, okay, I like it. Another
so many
little
little nods.
Yeah, I just thought the whole thing, the way they did it all was just brilliant.
It was really, really well done. So that led us to towards the end of the episode then, when it all sort of...
The gala.
All happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
So we got the gala, we got the awards, all the women got the award for Best Woman Lawyer, which is a bit odd.
Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah, and I think they hated that as well. Like Mallory was
was
happy.
brilliant.
She was really good.
I loved that she did that.
Best reception speech or whatever.
And then Nikki's like, yeah!
They're all clicking, pugging Nikki at the end. So, the sex tape.
Yeah.
Hulking, intelligentsia, whatever you want to call it, bunch of dickheads, let's call them that. They put the sex tape of She-Hulk up. Yeah. And then she lost it completely.
Yeah.
Like, she couldn't control the rage.
I don't know one single person that wouldn't lose their shit like that.
I think that I do, because I think it demonstrates how different people have reacted and you would be expected to react, whether that was a man or a woman. Because I think if that had been a dude whose sex tape had been put up, people wouldn't have it would have been, ha ha ha, embarrassed and stuff like that. Whereas because it was She-Hulk, she's made out to be some sort of, like he says, She-Hulk's a slut. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's not. It's just bonkers still to think that that's how it would.
It is such a double standard.
That's how it would still be viewed.
It is 100% still viewed like that now.
I know, it's mental. Why is it that bit? And then I'm not saying that that's not me going, oh, Jen's overreacted.
Yeah.
But it's bonkers to think that that's like part of the big supervillain plan. It shouldn't be anything.
Do you know that it's actually a thing? So do you know that it's called revenge porn?
I've heard, yeah.
So I know somebody that's gone through that before, and it's horrendous.
I can imagine.
And like, I can only, from what I've kind of seen from the sidelines of it happening to somebody else, I can only imagine what would be going through the person's mind at the time.
Yeah.
And, it's not, it's esteemed colleagues, it's your parents. Your parents are sat there watching it
on I know.
Multiple fucking huge screens that cover an entire wall. Like, I would be doing everything in my power to have the electric off and do something to do that. Like, and I'm not a woman.
I know.
But I don't.
I know.
Thanks for noticing.
I don't know where that came from.
No.
I'm reading me notes at the same time and just agreeing with him.
But, for a lot of, we say that kind of for men, they kind of get cheered on, where girls, it seems a more negative thing. But, like, I would never want anything like that plastered on a wall for everybody to see.
I know.
So I was completely in her shoes at that point. And I was mortified. My heart sank for her when it happened, and I knew it was coming.
It's mental as well, because she's now seen as the monster.
Yeah.
After all that, what happened? And even when she grabs that guy, and
that pissed me off.
Damage control, I assume.
It must be.
It must be damage control. He popped up. They're the glowing weapons and everything, didn't they?
Yeah.
Why were they there? They came out of nowhere.
I know.
Damage control. Why?
I don't know whether. I reckon it might come out that someone from Intelligentsia rang them knowing
what was going to. She was going to go mental. Yeah. She was proper enraged though. She couldn't control herself at all. No. It was like Hulk is taking over for the first time since episode 1.
Yeah,
she didn't have control over herself.
No.
Who are we going? Because I've still got no idea who the bad guy is.
No,
don't know who she grabbed. I don't know if it was that Todd dude from Baywatch. I don't think
it really mattered who she grabbed. I think it was just the fact that she saw that they were filming the response, so she knew that they were Intelligentsia.
Yeah. Can we just say Todd, though, was brilliant in this episode? He was a dick, but the whole the Wakanda Forever was amazing.
And she's like, no, you don't do that. I nearly pissed myself at that.
Good.
It was brilliant.
He's such a good. He's a dickhead, but he plays the character really, really.
It was like a Marvel version of appropriation, wasn't it?
It's like, so good.
I just loved it. It was so funny, and she just absolutely nailed him into the wall. I just thought it was brilliant. But no, the fact that she was seen as the monster instantly when she was actually just reactive to something horrendous that was happening to her in front of her eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's an absolute shitstorm, and I just totally felt for her.
Again, though, and it's the same message we've had
as well.
It was darker.
That's what I loved about that moment. I was like, okay, we're getting to some real stuff here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We've only got one episode to go, though, and we still don't know where it's going.
No.
Who are we going with for the bat? It's right. It's not Titania.
No, it's not Titania.
I don't think it's Blonsky. I know we're going to see Blonsky again as Abomination. I just don't think it's him. I think that he's going to end up turning into Abomination to help her, like you said.
Yeah. So I think she may go on the run.
Yeah. And Blonsky has to come out
and
of
I
retirement
think he's
to
the
help.
first place she goes to.
Yeah.
Because it's the retreat.
Yeah.
And she's been there and he helped her. And now she says, I'm stuck in it and it's bad. And I think he'll...
I don't even think it'd make sense for him to be the big bad, because what's he got against Jen?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way he's going for Jen to get back at Bruce. It just seems a bit too elaborate for this series. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's.
But
him.
I think Josh is working for somebody. I don't think it is Josh.
Do you know what? Right. I've got ideas who it could be. I think it could be that Todd, and he's just a moron. And he's like, I've got loads of money and I'm going to do this because I don't like women in general. I think it could still be the leader, but I'd be a bit disappointed that we've not seen him yet. Samuel Stearns.
Oh, yeah.
Could be Ross. She even said, is there going to be a big red... When she was doing the fourth wall break, she even said, is there going to be a big bad red Hulk? She actually said it.
Yeah.
But again, I think that's now too obvious. I kind of hope we don't find out who it is, and it is nobody, and it's just a group. And it's like, we don't give these morons the satisfaction of giving them a face or giving them any attention or turning them into supervillains.
Yeah.
These morons, because there's people who are acting the same and do act the same.
Yeah.
In real life and are about this show, as pathetic as that sounds. Let's not give them a face. Let's not turn them into a supervillain. Let's just be like, it was just a bunch of idiots. And it's just a bunch of faceless blokes, basically. Yeah. I'd kind of be okay with that if that's the way that they went. As much as I want to see a big supervillain.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we're a bit late in the day for a big supervillain, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
And if it is Todd, why would we need a She-Hulk to fight Todd?
Yeah.
Or an Abomination? And also, where the friggin' hell's Banner?
I'm going to throw something in the spanner.
You're going to throw something in the spanner? Go on.
I'm going to throw a spanner in the
I'll let you throw something in the spanner.
What if it is Titania?
I don't think it makes sense.
No, it does.
Okay, explain.
So, Titania is all about image.
Yeah.
And She-Hulk has embarrassed her, particularly on the last encounter.
Yeah.
Because she smashed her teeth and she was like throwing the guy's phone away and all of that kind of stuff, because she was like, stop filming, is this what you want, blah blah blah. So she's trying to use social media to put She-Hulk down in the best way she can.
I think it'd make sense, but I think that I mean, we've already said we think Abomination will side with Jen and help her. I think Titania will. I think this will be the thing that makes Titania go, oh shit, poor Jen.
Yeah.
And I think it'll make her side with her rather than against her.
But
I don't know who else it could be. And how's Banner going to factor into this?
I know, because we've seen him with Titania.
I know, but I feel like he'll be helping.
Yeah, but how will he know if he's on Sakaar at the minute?
Come back. I think he'll just be back.
And
I think we'll end up with
coincidental timing.
Yeah, we could end up here with the leader with, I don't know what. Right, okay, right. This is my theory. This might sound ridiculous. But if he does come
back, what would Hulk, and Abomination need to team up to fight?
I've got two options.
Okay.
I've got multiple options here.
Okay.
So Hulk King, right. For one option is because Hulk King said she stole the powers from the Hulk.
Right.
What if it's Hulk? What if it's Maestro? What if it's evil variant Bruce Banner?
Okay.
Whether Bruce has gone evil since he's left Earth and gone to Sakaar or not, what if it's a variant and they all have to team up to fight a bad Hulk? Like a bad Bruce Banner Hulk. More realistic, though, I think it might be, is that whoever this is, whether it's Samuel Stearns or whether it's even just Todd, right, just a moron, hates Jen because they don't think she's deserving of this power that she's got because she's a woman. They steal her blood. They all turn themselves into a bunch of Hulks. Just a bunch of moron incels, whatever you want to call them, all turn themselves into a bunch of Hulks, and then you have to have Jen, Titania, Abomination, and Bruce Banner back from Sakaar fighting them. I think that's the most likely, in my opinion, the most likely ending. And then it ends with Ross or somebody working for Ross or whoever's going to be the new Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Seeing that somebody's figured out how to take Bruce's blood and use it on themselves, and then that will lead to a Red Hulk.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I can just see an army of bad Hulks.
Yeah.
And them teaming up to fight them. I kind of hope I'm wrong because I feel like it's too easy and too simple to just pull out of nowhere at the end of the episode. But whether they even turn into Hulks or whether they've just got the power of Hulk and they're just super strong like Titania, and they need the Hulks, even all the supervillains from the Retreat. Do you know what I mean? All teaming up. Not Daredevil, but yeah, I could see it going that way.
Yeah.
Kind of hope I'm wrong, but I think that's the most likely option. Would you be okay with that if that's how it finished?
I mean, I'd be okay with it.
You just wouldn't be super excited. But were you super excited at the end of Ms. Marvel or Moon Knight?
From the way all the other series have gone and the way this one's been going so far, I'm not expecting something that's going to make me shit my pants.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but that's it. But it would suit if every other series had ended with a, oh my God, that is the best finale I've ever seen. I can't believe that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't think that's how it was going to go. But Ms. Marvel, Moon Knight, even Loki and WandaVision, none of them have ended massively strong.
No.
None of them have had huge ramifications. Apart from Loki,
I was going to say Loki.
Ramifications for the... You say Loki, but nothing's happened with it.
No, not yet. But we know it's coming.
No, I know we know it's coming, but I feel like it's coming from other areas, like Multiverse of Madness.
But then we have got season 2 of Loki coming.
I know, but there's nothing there that's like huge, like it's affected the entire MCU off the back of it. Again, WandaVision, I suppose, to a degree, but recently there's not been anything that's been huge. I mean, like Hawkeye, as much as I enjoyed Hawkeye, it didn't sort of like set the world on fire or anything like that, did it? But yeah, I can see
just the Christmas tree.
Exactly, just the Christmas tree. Did it go on fire?
I don't know.
We should have. But yeah, right. In general, though, fantastic episode.
Amazing.
Really, really enjoyed it.
Pacing was there.
Can't wait for the finale.
The balance was there.
Yeah.
Like,
I
just loved everything about it.
I hope it's a longer finale.
I hope it's
like
a longer
45
finale.
minutes. Or it's never going to be an hour.
No.
But just give us a 45-minute finale to wrap it up. Should we see what listeners think? Should we do Pod Fans Assemble?
Yeah.
Pod Fans Assemble.
So we asked, what did you think of Andor episode 5? In the poll, it was 63% loved it.
Okay.
35% said it was okay.
Okay. That's not much hate.
2% hated it.
That's good.
Yeah.
There was more hate last episode.
There was.
I feel like if you hated the last episode, you'd hate this one more.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. I mean, I enjoyed it either way.
Yeah.
I'm in the loved it section.
Maybe people were just all for the blue milk.
That's it. Blue milk.
Ross Kiernan said,
I liked it. We should sell blue milk. We can make a fucking fortune.
Ross Kiernan said, I liked it. I felt like it was a bit of a filler episode, but I'm really liking Andor.
I don't think it was filler.
I do.
No.
Yeah.
No, I've seen a couple of these comments, and I'm not saying any of you are wrong, but
you're wrong.
I don't think it... Right, filler episode. My idea of a filler episode is where it's all talking and stuff like that, and it does... Well, no, wait, let me finish. It's not... Sometimes it can be action, a filler episode. Nothing matters. You've watched an hour. Like, Lost was fucking full of them. You'd watch an hour and nothing mattered. I swear there was an episode of Lost where you got introduced to a character at the start of the episode, didn't interact with anybody else, and he died at the end. That I swear down that happened. Right.
That did happen.
It did happen.
Yeah.
Right. That is a filler episode. This isn't filler because it's still all going to progress the story massively.
Yeah.
It was slow. I just don't think it was filler. It was just a bit not quick enough and a bit boring and very confusing. But I still enjoyed it.
Rachel Miller said,
it's filler.
Definitely an episode which was getting us to the next episode to where the heist starts. But I appreciate that and it's needed. Still enjoyed it and it looked amazing. Cassian even nearly cracked a grin. Could do with a bit more energy, urgency, and lightness, though. It's been so very serious.
I completely agree. Yeah. Perfectly summed up that. We need a joke.
Yeah.
If Khan's mum, before she got the milk, had gone and got the milk out of a cow, like Luke did in episode 2, that would have just been funny and we'd have been alright. It would have changed the tone for the whole episode.
Tie-dye guy said, can't wait for next week. Building up so much. Love the development of characters. We are getting the how and why of everything. Everyone is up to something. Everyone has their reasons. Seeing it all build out of just being sick and tired of being pushed around. Give me more.
Yeah. Like it.
And me. Terrible Hook said, seemed like a filler episode and that's frustrating.
It's not a filler episode.
I agree.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Just seemed like a filler episode and that's frustrating. #Andor. Michael Leahy said, it fails at the most basic level of all Star Wars storytelling. No aliens, none of the weird and wonderful beings which captivated us all from the get-go. This is modern political theatre, nothing more. We've seen it 1,000 times, done better.
Oh, I like the fact that it's not full of aliens and Jedis and stuff like that. As much as I like aliens and Jedis, fucking Jedi aliens are amazing. But as much as I like all that, it's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be a bit more serious. And
what about us dealing with the ground level threat? It's that kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah. While Luke and Han are, having lightsaber battles and fighting Darth Vader, it is about what's going on the ground level, like you just said, and I'm enjoying that. And it's not even that; it's the rebellions had to start somewhere, and it's taken us through the birth of the rebellion. And I know Rogue One kind of did that as well, but it's the setup for it. But I'm finding it really interesting as to all the sort of pieces that had to fall into place for that to happen.
Yeah. Will said, I like Andor, it keeps the suspense. Not sure though how I feel about the 3-episode story arcs. Kind of feels like they all need to be released at once to make it feel like something is happening rather than 2 episodes of character development. Next week surely has to be a banger though.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be that siege. But then, no, I think absolutely spot on. But let's hope we then don't get another 2 episodes of character development again.
Yeah.
Needs to get moving a bit more
I don't
now.
want them just getting to the door tomorrow because that'll piss me off. Tomorrow, next week.
Yeah. I don't think they will. I think we'll get the actual thing.
Yeah. Kenneth said, this week's Andor was really great. Love how it's building our character and the stakes for all involved. I do get the feeling that Mon's husband is an Imperial spy. Ooh. The most intriguing storyline is probably Cyril, as that character could go either way into full-on rebel or even more villainous Imperial character.
Yeah.
I thought the pacing was spot on this week and the building feeling of tension that Tony Gilroy's script achieves was masterful. 8 out of 10.
Love that, Kenneth. That was a really, really good sum up.
Yeah.
And I agree with most of it. I think Cyril Khan is going to be a massive player in this.
Yeah.
I hope so. Don't waste all that character development.
No.
There's not even been that much of it. It's just done really well with him.
Yeah.
Don't waste it.
Then we asked, what did you think of She-Hulk episode 8?
I'm going to be intrigued to see what this one is.
Let us know in the poll. Oh my God, okay. 77% loved it.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
77%.
That's mega.
17% said it was okay. And only 6% hated it this time.
How? I kind of still grasp it. I kind of still get okay.
I think your hardcore Netflix Daredevil people will have possibly hated it.
Why?
Because he's lighter than he was in that. He's not brooding. And
She-Hulk, what'd you expect?
I know.
No,
when you look at the tone of the series, you can't expect him to come in being like, hi, my life's been shit.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but you're wrong. Basically.
Richard Usay said, good for Jen. Charlie Cox was great as always, and the Daredevil Walk of Shame has been one of the season's high points. Consider this one of the better episodes.
Definitely.
That Walk of Shame was so brilliant, to be fair. So honestly, part of me heard I'm walking on sunshine in the background as he was doing that walk, because he was just so happy.
I know, it was good.
Or the, I just had sex.
So well done.
And in fact, somebody on the Discord just wrote in capital letters, Daredevil fucks, which made me absolutely howl. That was so funny. The Terrible Hook said, we got our Daredevil fix big time, and so did Jen. Then things got ridiculously real, and we returned to the underlying theme of the show in gut-wrenching fashion. And I suppose Murdoch returning to defend Jen is out of the question.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen.
I don't think that'll happen. I would like that to happen, but I don't think it will.
No, I don't.
Sleepy Dad said, best episode, which means the finale should be phenomenal. Wonder what it says that it took a blind man to accept Jen.
Ooh.
I know, I thought
It's
that.
deep, that.
Yeah. Daredevil didn't overpower the episode, which they acknowledged sitting on the sign. Very clever to make Hair the Red Hulk. So where's the blood?
I don't get that.
No, I don't get that.
Sounds deep, though.
Daredevil didn't overpower the episode, which they acknowledged sitting on the sign. Very clever to make Hair the Red Hulk.
Oh,
So
yeah,
where's the
okay.
blood?
Well, she was like the rage-filled Red Hulk.
Oh, okay.
And
Sorry,
where is
yeah.
the blood? Yeah, where's the blood that they
Yeah.
took from Jen? Yeah. Yeah, I get you now. Took me a minute. It's been a long day.
Jerwin said, finally we meet Daredevil, and it's a funny and talks too much Daredevil.
Yes.
Hope this is not the future of Daredevil.
Oh.
Love the suit. I was always a fan of the red and yellow suit. Love the episode overall. The end was a bit messy. They keep the big bad a secret till the end.
Yeah. I think it's a bit... I do think it's a little bit late to leave the big bad. I think we probably should have had it introduced even at the end
Like
of
as
this
the
episode.
cliffhanger to be like,
Yeah.
this is who it is.
I expected it to be the post-credits.
Yeah, I thought
we
that,
got-
and
we
I
got
waited.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got nothing. I'd be okay with Daredevil being a little bit darker in Born Again than he is in this.
Yeah.
But he doesn't need to be as brooding as you said he
No,
was
the
in
thing is, he
Netflix.
can be like this right now, but if, we talked a couple of weeks ago about the Born Again comics,
Yeah.
in that it's about him losing absolutely everything, his home, his work, all of it gets destroyed by Kingpin.
Yeah.
He just sees red and just, after finding out. What's funny, can I just point this out as well?
Can if you want, yeah.
What's funny is in Born Again,
Yeah.
Matt Murdock, he gets discovered in California.
Okay.
Somebody finds out his true identity in California, and it gets back to New York to Kingpin.
Was that got some? It's like
And that's
Spider-Man,
when-
though, isn't it?
And that's when he starts kind of attacking everything that Matt Murdock owns.
Yeah. How do people
but
not
hang
put
on.
these things together, though?
But that's the comic book story.
Yeah.
But he's just been in California with Jen.
Yeah, yeah. And now he's in
So,
the Born
like,
again, yeah.
That's
Yeah, makes sense.
a brilliant setup,
Yeah.
to be fair. So,
And
but
it makes sense for him then to take a really dark turn from being the jovial Daredevil in this
Yeah,
to
yeah.
shit, things just got real.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it makes sense.
Yeah, totally. Jesse said, this is the first episode I've enjoyed in weeks. It was super fun with the Leapfrog storyline, and even though I still haven't watched Daredevil, I was super stoked to see Matt Murdock show up. Can't wait to see the aftermath of She-Hulk's explosion at the end of the episode. I hope it's not just swept under the rug. Let's hope the finale doesn't disappoint.
Can I just say, I completely agree. It was really good to see Daredevil
Yeah.
back. I've not seen all of the Daredevil series on Netflix. I need to watch it. I've made a start,
I really enjoyed it, to
but
be fair.
I need to get back to it. Just thinking about it though, how it doesn't feel like Daredevil's been away or not been in the MCU.
I know.
It's just, I think because we've got Charlie Cox back as
Yeah,
Daredevil,
yeah.
it's just like, oh, he's back. But it's like, he's
And
never been
we
there.
also got the cameo in
I
Spider-Man.
know we did, but it was
But
seconds.
It was seconds.
It just doesn't feel like he's been gone. It
It's
feels like
just
he's
like,
always been there. I know.
Matt's back again.
I think that's
Yeah,
the good
yeah.
thing about not recasting.
Yeah.
I don't want them to recast these characters. I think they're probably gonna recast Jessica Jones because Kristen Ritter's off doing the Orphan Black series now.
Right.
But I think that's why they need to not recast them.
Yeah.
Maybe Iron Fist, but not the other three. Keep the other three as they are if you
Yeah.
can. Oh, I'm especially John Bernthal as Punisher.
Yeah.
We need him back.
Right. My issue with him is
The look he does.
no
Not one.
Shane.
Shane, that's the Shane look.
Shane in Walker. It made me hate him so.
Yeah, he's such
much.
a good actor.
I know he is a good actor, and that's why I hate him so much, because he was good at being an absolute dickhead in Walking Dead. But I
I'm
can't.
doing season
but
2
my
of Walking
problem-
Dead at the moment on the farm.
Oh.
And he's just gone into the barn and killed all the walkers, and it's like I hate him, but I completely agree with him at the same time. He's just tactless.
I know.
Spoilers.
But I mean, if you haven't watched season 2 of Walking Dead by now, get out. But I can't get past Shane
No, I know what you mean.
with him. So, and the Punisher is similar in a way.
I think that's
of
why
the
he's
fact
good.
that he's tactless.
I know.
but is doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
If that makes sense. But yeah, I can't get past how much I truly
It'd be so good if we got
hated his
him-
existence as
Him in
Shane.
Armor Wars though, with Don Cheadle.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah, it'd be brilliant.
That'd be quite cool.
Yeah, let's do that.
Totally Rad Christmas said, best one yet.
I would agree.
Nice and simple. Meanwhile, back on the podcast said, yes, Matt is a ladies' man, but he never slept with Karen. Elektra was a flashback. In the NF series, he never actually slept with any women. They sold out our boys' Catholic values and moral compass for a cheap hookup scene, and let's not forget the Walk of Shame in costume.
That was the best bit of the episode.
It was the best bit of the episode.
He's not the same Daredevil as again, your opinion, that's fine. He's not the same Daredevil, though. He's not supposed to be the same Daredevil. He's supposed to be a bit more jovial. He's going to take a dark turn, we think, then in Born Again. But yeah, it is what it is.
Did he never sleep with Karen? I feel like he did.
I don't know. I didn't finish it.
I feel like he did.
I'd be surprised if he didn't.
I don't think we had that walking into the bedroom and it being that on the nose.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was kind of inferred afterwards that it had happened.
Was it?
I'm sure of it.
And he was definitely doing it with Elektra.
Yeah, it was weird. Didn't like Elektra at all in the series.
Like Elektra.
That started the downfall for me. I didn't.
Did it get better in season 3 then?
I don't know whether it was her accent.
Yeah, but I gave it. We've gone off on one as we do. I loved season 1 of Daredevil on Netflix.
I love season 1.
I couldn't get through season 2.
Season 2 was a struggle. Season 3 got better.
Did it? Okay,
yeah.
sound. So it's worth the struggle through.
Yeah.
It's like The Good Place. I struggled with season 2 with The Good Place. I binged this whole thing last week. I struggled with season 2 when I gave up, and then I struggled with it again going through it, and it really picked up again. But yeah, I'll give Daredevil a go. Isn't it like it's not 24 episode seasons, is it? It's like 10.
I can't remember.
Oh, if it's 24 episodes, I'm not doing it.
Which?
Daredevil. It's not 20.
I think it was 16.
Okay, I can do that. I can get through that.
I can't remember. Kenneth said, worth the wait for Murdoch, and Charlie and Tatiana have really got fantastic chemistry. 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
I agree.
they were brilliant together.
Their chemistry was amazing.
Yeah. I could have just watched those two talking and flirting with each other. It was really, really good.
Even with like the appletini.
Yeah.
Right, and now I'm going to be a bit deep and a bit meaningful with this.
I've remembered something as well, but go on.
So he gives her a green drink.
Yeah.
But then there's the red cherry in it.
Okay, yeah.
And it's the fact that, yes, she's Hulk.
Yeah.
But there's always that bit of anger.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And there's that kind of like...
Was it supposed to be the red going in the green? I thought you were going to say.
That's disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I thought that's where you were going.
No. Filth. Absolute filth.
I thought that's where you were going with it.
No.
Yeah, I was just...
I was doing a deeper meaningful.
I was doing a deeper one as well. The bit... No, the bit that made me laugh was when she finds out it's Matt and she's like, oh my God, you're not pretending to be blind, are you? Because I'm not okay with that.
That made me howl. That was
good.
Funny as hell, that. Spooky for Real said, enjoyed this episode, finally seeing Daredevil. I think Charlie Cox did great, was smiling the whole episode with his banter with She-Hulk. Then they had to bang for some reason, lol. But overall was a fun episode and excited for finale. Actually felt bad for Jen at the end. Also, let me add, I know in comics Daredevil be fucking a lot, but this was thrown off for a minute. Like, oh, okay, we're banging now.
Comment of the week.
I mean, you're right. Yeah. It was. But yeah, to be fair, I mean, I know someone commented before saying about kind of the Catholic values and stuff like that. But Daredevil did get around in the comics.
Did he?
Yeah.
How do you know all
same
this?
Way the She-Hulk did.
Comics?
No.
You just Googled it.
I just look it up now and again and see what's
and he writes Daredevil She-Hulk fanfiction. He ships them.
No, but
he's not arguing with that.
She-Hulk got around as well.
No,
like, there's loads that she slept with and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So Tony Stark.
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
Metalcore Nerd said, best episode of the series yet. I've been having fun with it, but this episode showed the show's true potential with a mix of action, comedy, heart, and relatability. Plus, MCU Daredevil in full force is fucking awesome.
He is. It's amazing. So glad he's back.
And me. I can't wait for...
He's going to be one of the best characters going forward.
Yeah, totally.
I want him in the movies as well.
I want him in the movies. Even if it's only like...
I know.
For a few minutes. Yeah, I just want him there and about.
Exactly. He's going to be so good.
Corellia Christina said, I honestly feel so bad for Jen. That hulking person ruined her life. Genuinely, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Absolutely heartbreaking. Bargain bin Harley Quinn.
Amazing.
Absolutely brilliant from start to finish. This was the first time I started an episode with a lot of nerves. Every element involving Matt was executed perfectly. Loved them together. And did we all catch the Sokovia Accords were repealed?
Yes.
Also this image, and it's one of the drawings at the end, and it's the bra over Daredevil's mask.
Love it. Absolutely.
And that made me chuckle as well.
Yeah.
It was funny. Rachel Miller said, wow, I've been in I've been all in the whole time and I had so much fun, but this episode went another level. How Daredevil was introduced was perfect and would have overshadowed Jennifer sooner. I agree.
Yes.
I was laughing at the walk of shame. Still think Nikki isn't what she seems, but possibly a red herring. Brilliant. Ooh. I'm starting to think she might be a red herring now.
I hope not.
Just because of
very clever though, because they know
if she said it's a twist and then she jumps out and then it's not her and then it ends up being her.
No.
I'll be like, oh, no, you're just messing with me, but I'll kind of like it at the same time.
But there's no way we only got the look at the camera last episode?
Episode before.
Was it the episode before?
Yeah.
There's no way they've added that in because of the reaction from that episode. No. Kevin Feige is a genius because he knows how people would react to that tiny little thing. Yeah. It's just so well done. There's got to be more to it though. But there hasn't, because look at what he said this. Look at WandaVision.
Yeah.
666 on the clock and all that sort of stuff. Nothing came of it.
Even Loki. But the man with the horns in the shadow and stuff, and we're like, oh my god,
it
Mephisto.
All gets you talking and thinking. Yeah, totally. It's very clever.
Beaminator said, definitely the best episode of the show, and it's largely carried by Daredevil. I didn't expect an episode with Frogman as the villain to be actually investing, but here we are, lol. I don't think Daredevil carried the episode.
No, I don't think he did.
I don't personally agree with that.
Do you know what? However, I think he didn't. The relationship between the two of them did.
Yeah,
that was one of the best bits of any of the episodes that we have had. I'll be really honest.
Yeah,
but again, it would have. I don't think it took away.
They just bounced so well off each other. That was the thing.
Exactly, that's the thing, isn't it?
Alan Hangover said, brilliant episode. So good to see Daredevil and that walk of shame.
Everyone's loving that.
Yeah, it was funny as shit, though. It was really good. Mrs. Christensen said it was very funny. Fresh and shows us the path that the series should have had in the last 3 episodes. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is the 8th episode, and I feel that they wasted the good potential of the series. But for me as a woman, I just love it. Team She-Hulk and Daredevil.
I agree. It didn't need to be. This shouldn't have been episode 8. This should have been a 6-episode series. And they should have condensed those middle ones.
Yeah, totally.
To be much shorter. So that
was
everyone.
Yeah, all done.
Thank you. So before we wrap up, let's do Patreon shout-outs. Thanks to Geeky Nate, Kenneth, Night Spearhead, Richard, Jessica, Avid Gamer, and Sheldon for supporting the show. Patrons get access to our bonus podcast, Into the Podverse, with new episodes every month. Last month we did Fantastic Four 2015. It was crap. This month, as we said, we've got 2 episodes. So we've got Werewolf by Night coming this weekend, and then probably next weekend, maybe the weekend after, we have got The New Mutants. Bad movie review, basically. I'm looking forward to talking about it. I just don't want to watch the film first because it's an effort.
It is an effort.
I'm enjoying it because of how bad it is, but I need a break in the middle of it, basically, because it's bad. It's not good. Patrons also get discounts off merch and the ability to listen to the show being recorded live every week. If you want to access all that extra content and support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/thatsuperhero thing or hit the link in the description. Alternatively, if you just want to access episodes of Into the Podverse without the Patreon extras, then you can head over to anchor.fm/thatsuperhero thing, or again, hit the link in the description, and that's only $2.99 a month. And if you listen on Spotify, it's just there. The episodes are just there in amongst the rest of the episodes now, so it's easier to do. Other than that, though, thanks for listening. Don't forget to come back next week for our reviews of the finale of She-Hulk and Andor episode 6, plus all the latest comic book movie news. If you don't already, make sure to check out our socials at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest updates on the show and calls to action for next week's Pod Fans Assemble. If you've enjoyed the show, as we said, please make sure to follow us on your favourite podcast platform and leave us a rating or review on Apple or Spotify. Helps us out massively. The more subscribers and the more 5-star reviews we get, the higher we go up the charts and the more people can find the show. I'm struggling to talk now. It's been a long day and a late night. And we've got Werewolf by Night to watch and record about tomorrow, basically, or today, because you've already seen it. Yeah. So other than that, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, me too.
In fact, you know what we're going to do? Just going to ruin the magic. Now we're going to go and watch the Super Mario Brothers trailer, and then we're going to put it back in the episode earlier on, like it never happened. Other than that, though, I'll see you next week.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.